In this video, you'll learn 9 reasons why women live longer than men and 3 reasons why men could soon outlive women. Data shows that in developed countries, women typically outlive men by up to a decade. This trend aligns with historical records such as the case of Jeanne Calment, a woman who lived to an impressive 122 years, passing away in 1997. In current times, for every man who reaches the age of 100, 9 women achieve the same milestone. Furthermore, men between the ages of 55 and 64 face double the risk compared to women in the same age bracket of succumbing to accidents or heart-related ailments. Additionally, men in this age group are 4 times more likely to take their own lives. So, how did men end up here? And why are men dying sooner than women? Before we see why, kindly give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are visiting for the first time. With that said and done, let's get into it. Number 1. Men have historically suffered from societal pressure. Throughout much of the 20th century, societal expectations led many men to exert themselves more intensely than women. Men, often the breadwinner in the family, needed to work relentlessly to achieve success and provide, which often resulted in elevated stress levels. And, as we all know, stress is a killer. Chronic stress is known to increase the risk of heart disease and weaken the immune system. And a compromised immune system can elevate the risk of various health issues, potentially leading to an early death. Historically, driven by factors like ambition, competition, and societal pressures, men have often pushed their limits further than women. As a result, a higher number of men have faced health complications or even death due to overexertion compared to women. It's essential to recognize the importance of work-life balance and mental well-being in today's fast-paced world to prevent such health repercussions. Number 2. Women smoke less than men. It is widely believed that women outlive men due to some inherent genetic advantage. While there is some biological basis to this, men tend to store fat viscerally around vital organs like the heart, while women, influenced by estrogen and the X chromosome, store fat just beneath the skin. The presence of fat around organs means men are more vulnerable to heart diseases, which also means they are more likely to die sooner than women. However, this is not the whole reason why men die earlier than women. In fact, until the early 20th century, life expectancy for men was almost the same as the life expectancy for women. But social changes and stress led many men into vice substances such as smoking, alcohol, and so on. For most of the 20th century, the number of male smokers, drinkers, and using other vices far exceeded that of female smokers. This explains why heart disease and cancer cases are more common among men than women. Number 3, men tend to overeat. Men often consume larger quantities of food and are more inclined to opt for high-fat foods compared to women. Conversely, women are generally more aware of the benefits of a nutritious diet. Historically, women have been more concerned about their body's appearance and size than men. This focus on physique partly explains why weight loss activities attract more female participants. Additionally, societal pressures and beauty standards have historically placed a greater emphasis on women's appearances, further influencing their dietary choices and health-conscious behaviors. Number 4. Financial pressure mostly affects men more than women in marriages. Throughout the majority of the 20th century, men typically bore the brunt of financial responsibilities in a marriage. Many wives were often kept in the dark about their husband's earnings, with some never even seeing their spouse's paycheck or bank information. Financial concerns are a leading source of stress, and as is widely understood, excessive stress can have detrimental effects on one's health. This dynamic underscores the importance of open communication and shared financial responsibilities in modern relationships to distribute stress and promote well-being. Number 5. Men pay less attention to their bodies. Men tend to ignore the changes that take place in their bodies. On the other hand, women routinely examine their bodies, looking for abnormalities or early signs of developing disease. Notably, many resources have been spent teaching women how to examine their breasts to spot breast cancer. In contrast, little has been spent teaching men to examine their testicles to spot prostate cancer. In addition, women have been much more enthusiastic about learning about self-help. Far more women than men are knowledgeable about alternative medicine. Similarly, women have learned to be more willing to seek help from a healthcare professional when they spot symptoms or signs that might indicate an underlying health problem. Number 6, less attention has been given to diseases exclusively affecting men. For years, doctors have concentrated medical resources on health problems exclusively affecting women, such as cervical cancer and breast cancer, and virtually ignored health problems, such as prostate cancer, exclusively affecting men. Studies show that women tend to live with their diseases while men die from them. If you look at disease patterns between sexes, you will see an interesting trend. More women have chronic non-fatal conditions such as arthritis than men, while more men have fatal conditions such as heart disease and cancer. Number 7, men consume more alcohol. For most of the 20th century, alcohol was seen as a man's thing. Consequently, alcoholism has been much more common among men than women, as the female body may be more vulnerable to alcohol, but excessive drinking has traditionally been more likely to affect men than women. Number 8, men tend to suffer in silence. Men are generally slow to speak to anyone about their problems. Most men find it easier to talk about their favorite football team or job, but find it extremely difficult to speak about their private feelings or problems. Conversely, women find it easy to open up about their fears, problems, or private feelings, as openly discussing problems or fears can be therapeutic and beneficial for mental well-being. This reluctance among men to express their vulnerabilities contributes to a higher prevalence of mental health issues among them. This trend is evident in the alarming statistics related to suicide. For instance, in the US, men are 4 times more likely to take their own lives compared to women. Number 9, men are sometimes exposed to harmful physical activities. Historically, men have predominantly taken on labor-intensive roles, from construction and infrastructure development to hunting. While women have also engaged in demanding tasks, the majority of such roles have been occupied by men. The drawback of these physically taxing jobs is the heightened risk of injuries and accidents. Moreover, the continuous strain and rigorous conditions associated with these professions can manifest as health issues in the later stages of life. Now, let's look at why men might soon outlive women. Number 1, the number of women who smoke cigarettes is rising. Take a random walk in your city, sit in a public space such as a park, and watch the people around you. You will notice that smoking is now much more common among young girls than among young boys. Substance abuse has increasingly become fashionable among young people, irrespective of gender. Number 2, more women are consuming alcohol. Several decades back, it was uncommon for women to struggle with alcohol-related issues. However, in recent times, there's been a noticeable increase in alcohol consumption among women, impacting their health. While men are still the majority, an increasing number of women are beginning to embrace alcohol. Number 3, more women are adopting a masculine attitude. As the women's liberation movements gain momentum, an increasing number of women feel empowered to adopt what's traditionally been viewed as a more masculine approach to life. This shift has led to a perception of some women appearing more assertive or masculine than their male counterparts. This change in attitude might lead to a rise in the stress-related disorders among women in the coming generations. As they embrace this assertive stance, many women might find it challenging to express their vulnerabilities and emotions. Consequently, stress levels among women are on the rise. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great day and see you in the next one.